Hi again, and welcome to another installment of Wine Buff videos. First of all, before we get started, I'm going to apologize in advance just in case there's any editing in this episode. I'm in the shop right now. We are open for business. The front door's open here, so if there's any editing or jumping around, it's just because there might be someone comes in. Hopefully we can keep it clean for the next 5 minutes, but if there's any editing around, that's why. It's going to be Valentine's Day this weekend, so I know a lot of you guys are going to be coming in. A lot of you fellows are going to be coming in buying wines for your ladies. You better be anyway, if you don't want to be single next week. What I decided to do today is taste a little bit of Sancerre. It's a fantastic wine, very, very popular wine. Something that a lot of people like. If any of you are going to be cooking for your girlfriends or wives or partners or anything like that over the weekend, there's a good chance that Sancerre might play a role in that dinner. So what I thought I'd do is taste some today. Now, we do have two Sancerres, two white Sancerres on sale at the Wine Buff. Sancerre is always Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, Sancerre comes from the Loire Valley in France, and it's pretty much the best place in France, arguably in the world, to get Sauvignon Blanc. Now, as I say, we do have two Sancerres, and the reason we have them covered up today is because they're both from different producers. We've had them both for a long time. I've had them both plenty of times, but a lot of times people ask me which one is better, which one I like better, what's the difference between them, and since I've never had them both together at the same time, I can only really go by memory between one and the other. There's one that I drink more than the other, so I thought it'd be a good idea to taste them blind, not knowing which one is which, and really see once and for all the difference between them exactly. And personally, for me, I thought it'd be fun to kind of find out which one I prefer. So we'll jump right into them. Now, as I say, I've opened these bottles. I've put them in these sleeves, so I don't know which one comes from which producer. They're both about the same price. We have the Gerard Morin Sancerre, which is selling for $18.99. We have the Franck Millet Sancerre, which sells for $19.75, so very, very similarly priced. Now, they're not from the same vintage. If my memory serves me, the Morin is from 2008, the Millet is from 2007, but I could be wrong on that. We'll find out a little bit later on. So, just looking at the two of them, let me see if I can get a piece of paper here, just to kind of look at the color between them. Color's very similar. You've got a nice kind of pale straw type of hue. It's not a super intense wine visually. Okay, you guys can make fun of me if you want. Now on the nose, we'll go with this one first. So what I'm getting here is a lot of what you'd expect from Sancerre. There's a lovely minerality. A little bit of like a fresh cut grass, kind of a hay type of component. These wines are not very cold, and the reason why I've done that today is just because when you chill them down too much, it does kind of tend to cover up some of the aromas a little bit. So just to really assess the wine, it can be better to do it a little bit at a warmer temperature. There's not an awful lot of fruit on this one. You're getting those. You're getting really more of those citrusy, as I say, minerally kind of grassy components. Let's give it a taste. Okay, so now you're getting a little more of like a lemon juice, lemon peel type of action going on. A really lovely crisp vibrance, very alive on the palate. Really, really good. It's a type of wine that a lot of people would like. I'm not going to fathom to try to guess which one between the two of them this is, but this is really, really nice. When it comes to my own personal preference, whichever wine is the next wine, it's gonna have to do a lot to outdo this one. This is really fantastic. It's got a lovely, almost like a metallic type thing going on as well, which is just delicious. Very mouth-watering. Kind of salivating here as I talk. It's just fantastic. Yeah, that's delicious. Now, moving on to the next wine. Whoa, okay. So there's a lot more depth. There's more richness going on. There's almost like a hint of a melon, like those green honeydew melons. Not the super sweet kind of cantaloupe melon, but more of the crisp kind of honeydew melon type of aromas going on. This is really, it's a little bit more lush. Definitely some more fruit going on here. You still get that kind of crisp citrusiness. Not quite as much of the stoniness or grassiness though, just a little more of that kind of lush fruit. This is almost more of a New World style Sauvignon Blanc. It's not quite as fruity, say, as some of the New Zealand stuff, but it's moving a little bit in that direction. I'm definitely still getting the melon in a big way coming through on this wine. And just go back to the first one a little bit. The first wine has more of a bracing acidity, which really grips the palate and grips the gums, which I really like. This one here is just that little bit more lush, that doesn't quite have the kind of Syrian acidity that this one here does, but it does come through with a little bit more fruit. It's kind of a tough one to decide, really. I think that if I had to choose between them, this one definitely has a more interesting nose in terms of the fruit, but this just has a real dryness and acidic structure that I personally really, really like. There will be a lot of people that prefer this one. There'll be others that prefer that. I wouldn't think be a lot of people that don't like both to at least some degree, because they're similar enough. Who's that calling me now? I'll have to call him back. So you know, you're kind of safe either way, but I could see people having their preferences. If I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna have to go by a nose. This one here. It will be interesting to see which is which. So let's kind of unveil them. I double wrapped these because I could still kind of see the shape of the label and the color of the label through the first one, so there could be a little difficult to get off. Haha. Okay. So this is 2008 as well. I thought this was 07. This is the Franck Millet Sancerre, by far the one we sell the most of between the two. And funny enough, one that I always kind of said to people was the one that I preferred out of the two. So this has been a very, very useful exercise for me personally. Both excellent wines. Both excellent wines. I mean, really, when it comes to a preference, it's down to style rather than quality, because the quality's there on both. This is the Gerard Morin Sancerre, Gerard and Pierre, a couple of mad Frenchmen, those guys. So just another small little taste of both of them now that I know which is which. Yeah, this one is. There's almost like a grapefruit thing going on here, which is really nice as well. Excellent. This one does have a more interesting nose. I was kind of thinking that this one was a little bit older. Even though they're both the same vintage, I would have thought that just if had I not known that they were the same or been able to look that they were the same, I would have guessed that this would have been the older one. I do like the nose on this one quite a bit. I nearly like the nose on it better than I do on this one, but yeah, I wouldn't throw either of them away. I'd buy either one. I'll be buying this one next time. I won't stop buying this one though. So there you have it. Little more minerality, little more citrusy notes, a more bracing acidity. This just has a little bit more fruit, a little bit of a more lush aromas on the nose. You're not going to go wrong either way, guys. Fantastic. I know a lot of ladies are fans of Sancerre, so we expect to move a lot of this weekend, but they're all these very, very popular wines. So, look, I'm going to sign off here. Guys, thanks a million for tuning in. I got to return this guy's phone call. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.